Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. At some point, I am going to come up with a better intro than that because it sucks. Anyway, what doesn't suck is today's game. It's called NULL and it's by the developer called Jusiv, also known as Henry Stadolnik. Stadolnik? I'm going to call him Jusiv. Anyway, I've put a link to Jusiv's Twitter page below. Go and follow him for some tasty Twitter indie dev based goodness. And there's also a link to the game we can have a look at today, which is called NULL, like I've said. Let's load it up because I'm waffling. So, NULL appeared in the featured list on Pico 8 for me, and that's where I saw it. It was first released in 2017, so it's not a new game. Periodically, the featured games on Pico 8 kind of cycle around, and it kind of cycles in some old games now and again. And if I've not done a video on them, you know, and they're good, then why not? So yeah, we're looking at a game from 2017. So let's read the description before we get started. So, NULL is a surreal adventure game. What you see in the end depends on what you can find on the way. 100% playthrough can be completed in 10 to 15 minutes if you know where everything is. This is my third full Pico 8 game, not counting stuff from game jams. I made it over the course of November and December 2017. All assets and code are my own work. So, this is a kind of, yeah, it's very kind of puzzly game. It's kind of an adventure game, but adventure is such a vague genre, so, you know, it's kind of a puzzle game. And it is very surreal as well. Now, normally I would be kind of talking about the game whilst I'm playing through it, but because it's kind of a puzzle game, you know, part of the fun of the game is exploring and figuring it out. Now, if you just watch me figure it out, then that might spoil it for you. So, you know, if you're thinking this game was cool and I want to experience it in the proper way, well, you might want to turn the video off at this point. No, I am going to talk a little bit about the game before I play it. So, yeah, kind of free warning there for spoilers. So, it's a kind of top-down adventure game. All you need to do in the game is move around and kind of... There's a few places where you can interact with items, and there are some kind of abstract puzzles you need to work out. There are... How many areas are there? 4 areas? I think there's 4 or 5 areas. What does it say on the page? Oh, lost it. There's 4 or 5 areas, and each one has a different kind of puzzle to let you into the next area. The graphics and presentation are very stylish, very surreal. That's what caught my attention. If you can't tell by the very minimalist and stylish title screen that this is a bit of a surreal game, then, you know, well, it's a surreal game, isn't it? So yeah, that's my kind of spoiler-free section of the video. If you're going to want to play this game and experience it the way it should be experienced, I think, which is, you know, with very little kind of information for you to work it out, then stop the video now. I'm telling you, stop the video. Click on the link and have a go for it yourself. If you're not bothered about that, watch on. Or if you're coming back, watch on. I'm going to play the rest of the game now. So, before I do that, let's have a sip of tea. I've run out of energy drinks, so I'm back on the tea. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Nice little screen transition there. So, there is kind of a story in this game. It's very vague. I think it's intentionally vague, obviously. Hey kid, are you alright? I like the slow transitions. So, this is the first area, which I think is kind of a... It's called the station. I think it's meant to be like a train station or something. And... Oh, as we move closer to the people, they disappear. It's almost as if they are ghosts, or perhaps we are a ghost. Very mysterious presentation in this game, as you can see. Very cool graphics as well, very stylized. A little bit of animation there in the character, not a lot. Oh, there's a lot of them gathering up there. I really do like that effect as they kind of move away from you and kind of fade out. That's cool. So this opening area, like I say, this is super spoilerific because I've played through the game once, really enjoyed it. And it's kind of a breeze the second time round. It's not really a game that has a lot of replay value, this. You know, it's all about the experience. Anyway, in this opening section, Seriously, if you're still here and you're bothered about spoilers, just leave. In this opening section, all we basically need to do is just find our way around, looking for switches to flick. Now, there are a few ways or a few extra things we can do in each level. Now, my first playthrough, I think I got 3 out of 5 of, I think it's newspapers, that things you can read. There are some other characters that we can encounter as well. I didn't find all of them. So when I say there's no replay value, that's not really true. I'm going to try and replay it now, obviously, and hopefully see a little bit more of the game, try and find some more of those extra items. So, police investigate noise complaint. Very strange. The story's kind of, what story there is kind of told through newspaper cuttings and things. There's a, in between each kind of level, there are kind of short, one-word kind of cutscene kind of things. So, I've done that switch. I need to look for another switch now. Here we go. This gate's opened. Those kind of crowding characters are very spooky, aren't they? Acquired ticket. So we've got a ticket for the train. We've got a ticket to ride. But I don't want to leave this area right away. I'd like to, if possible, find the extra character, because I think each level has got a kind of spooky character that we can meet. So yeah, wandering around now, hoping for, maybe I'll go back to that first area. Just a little technical niggle. We can't move diagonally. That's kind of frustrating. It does make the movement feel a little bit awkward, so I kind of wish there was diagonal movement in. However, I can maybe see why Jusiv didn't put diagonal movement in. One of the see, that guy there's on his own. One of the later puzzles would be probably a lot harder if we had to deal with oh, here we go. Would be a lot harder if we had to deal with diagonal movement, maybe. But it does feel a little bit frustrating that you have to kind of let go of the up to move right kind of thing. I'm playing on a controller. It probably isn't as much of a... Yeah, it's not really as bad on the keyboard. So it depends how you're playing, I suppose. I tend to play Pico 8 games on controller. So your mileage may vary. Anyway, I think we've kind of done everything there is to do in this first level. I'm trying to see if I can find... Oh, there we go. Look at that spooky guy up there. Whoa. You seem terribly lost. What a pity. Now, I only encountered that creepy guy in my first playthrough. I only encountered him on the last level, and that's what he said on the last level. So I think the more times we can meet him through the game, the more of the kind of story we'll unlock. You took quite a fall there. Very mysterious, this game. Now, this is the level which may cause you the most problems. This level has got this kind of sandstorm effect. And, yeah, I don't think it's very pleasant, this. Now, this puzzle did take me quite a while to figure out. Again, spoilers. You notice then that as I walked back up, it didn't take me back to the train tracks. I'm in a kind of infinite scrolling area. We're outside. And it's just these very mysterious kind of Easter Island statue. Moai statues. Now, second playthrough, I have kind of figured it out. On top of the Moai heads, the statue heads, there's arrows. Walk in the direction of the arrows. Now, the interesting thing is, we were supposed to go right there, but... Oh. Sometimes you can kind of go in the wrong direction, and I think it still works. Let me just try again. Or maybe not. At first, I realised that going in different directions gave us the different style of statues. And I'm sure I managed to find a way earlier to go not going the right way. Anyway, I'm going to follow the arrows on top of the heads, see where it gets me. The music, I haven't mentioned the music a lot. Very mysterious music, very kind of minimalist and simple music. It really does set the mood though. There's some nice sound effects as well, in keeping with the style of the game. And I really don't like the kind of scrolling fill pattern effect. It's not pleasant. I'm sorry. I understand that the effect it's trying to create, I just think it's a bit too... I'm not a fan. Anyway, I think we're making progress on this little puzzle now. There we go. There's the exit. Now I want to see if we can encounter... Oh look, there we go. See, now that I know that we can find these kind of black figures, you might never see home again. How mysterious. Do you know how long it's been? Now, I think that's put us right back to the beginning there, hasn't it? Yeah. It was worth it, though. So, yeah, when I say there isn't much replay value, that wasn't very fair, because clearly there is, because I'm replaying the game now, and I feel like I'm getting a lot of value from it. Now, I think that's pointing to the left, isn't it? I just realised I'm not sure if these statues are always pointing the same direction. I feel like I've gone a different route this time. Maybe that depends on... I don't know, maybe it's random. I don't know. Nice little touch though, that, isn't it? Now you see, I'm tempted, because it was a different route that time, I'm tempted to just leave the exit area again for a sort of third route, a third playthrough, and see if to get another puzzle. However, I am kind of up against it with these videos, so that's something you could do in your own time. It's like a teacher now, don't they? Can you walk? A rift. I really like the graphics on this level. This is very cool. Now, this took me a little bit of a while to figure out. Child of couple on trial goes missing. I like these newspapers. That's a nice touch. Nice way of unfolding the story. Do you notice those kind of eye things? Yeah, it matters which way those eyes are looking. Took me a while to figure that out. Don't know what those things are there on the side of the path. I don't know what the range on these eye things is. Try and time it. Maybe if they're not on the same screen as you, I think it's maybe alright. Well, I just realised this is another eye that's looking in all four directions. Oh! No! Oh. I have a suspicion that the challenge on this level will be to maybe when you get to the end, work your way back to the beginning to have the encounter with the kind of black character. Looks a bit like a Slender Man, doesn't it? All the characters in this are very kind of ghostly, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, I did it again! My God, you've seen some awesome gaming skills here, aren't you? Right, let's try doing this again. Kind of embarrassing this, because the first time I played through, once I'd figured out about the eyes, and which way they were looking, I actually did it the first time. Once I figured it out. That's not the case today though, is it? No. No, I am making all kinds of unforced errors. Maybe it's because I'm talking. However, I think it's probably better if I talk on these videos than not. Oh, this is taking a lot of coordination, this. I say it's taking a lot of coordination. I think, there we go. Right, let's try and not screw this bit up. You see, there should be a character there now, shouldn't there? A black character. So I bet that's back at the beginning. Still some more of this story to unfold, clearly. Come on, stay with me here. Yeah, each area there's one of those black characters in each area, and I think there's also something that you can read in each area as well. Now, this puzzle did take me quite a while to figure out. Sometimes you have to just is it here? Here we go. Sometimes you just have to stay still for a little bit. I do like the graphics in this. This reminds me of Hyperlight Drifter. Very cool. Now I'm just testing something. I think we have to go to the square over on the right hand side, but I just want to test something first. I've also spotted something there. Oh, that circle's just coming in there. Yeah, that green circle is kind of pointing towards the one where we should be going, but first, let's just check this out. Break-in reported. Only food taken. What a mysterious kind of story. I love those trees. They're kind of like trees, aren't they? Those look really cool. Okay, so we wait around here. Okay. Now I think the trick is we have to just kind of work out. I think we just have to do these switches in order. Maybe. Maybe it looks like we should go up there, doesn't it? Let's see if we're right. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that looked like down then. So the way that is, you know, there is feedback in this game. Abstract puzzle games, you know? You have to be realistic if you're a player of a game. You have to think, is this something that I like? Because if it isn't something you particularly like, then, you know, maybe that's on you. Maybe you should play a different game. But, you know, if you like kind of solving puzzles and, you know, going along for the ride a little bit with games, then, you know, a game like this might be something you'd be interested in checking out. If you find this kind of gameplay really frustrating, well, here's a clue. You don't actually have to play the game if you don't want. Now, you see, the first time I saw this character, I was thinking, he looks kind of threatening. Maybe I shouldn't touch him. But no, you can talk to him. Your friends don't miss you. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? They've all moved on or away. Oh, so are we a ghost then? Is that what's going on? I don't think this story is going to be one that can have kind of conventional explanation, is it? Anyway, I'm only trying to help. What's going on? Oh, this one. I think this is the last level, maybe. This is the one that I found the hardest, anyway. The remains. I love that text effect. This text effect these are basically like the kind of the black areas are kind of damage areas, I suppose, and we've got the kind of white shapes or letters that are kind of circling around like obstacles. The way that they are just areas with text appearing in them, that is so cool. I like that a lot. I also like the static effect. And those weird rectangles as well. What's that all about? Very cool. Like I said, the presentation of this game is really, really cool. I didn't like the kind of sandstorm effect on the second area. I don't find this area anywhere near as bad. So yeah. I think we've done the hardest bit there. Oh, this bit can be quite tricky. Now you see, again, having already kind of solved this, or having played through the game already, I kind of know how to do this bit. It took a lot more attempts the first time. So if I'm making this look easy, that's just because I've figured it out already. Yeah, the real fun is discovering it for yourself. If we touch, I should have made this clear actually, because I am just going through this without making any mistakes, amazingly. If you touch any of the letters, then you lose all of these blue things that we are picking up, and you have to kind of start again, basically. Right, so that's the last one, I think. That area is open, And there's our little buddy. Let's see what he says this time. What if you can't leave here? Well, there is an exit above us, so I think we'll be alright. I'm joking. I should take this more seriously, shouldn't I? This realm... I didn't read that. What did that say? Should stop making crappy jokes and actually pay attention. There wasn't any newspaper on this level, was there? I wonder where that is. So, before we leave, let's see if there's a newspaper anywhere I can read. Or are those letters that we've been kind of evading, is that meant to be kind of like the newspaper? I don't know. It's a very unusual game, this, but I like it. Again, it's one of the things that I really like about Pico 8 is the kind of the variety of games that you get on it. Because, oh, what a cool effect. Going to be okay. There we go. So that's the end. So there you go. This was made in its entirety by Henry Jusiv Stadolnik. Thanks for playing. Well, I enjoyed that. It's nice playing it through a second time actually and getting a little bit more of the story. As you can see, there's still 2 newspapers that I missed and 1 encounter with the spooky black creature. So guess I'll play it for a 3rd time, won't I? But yeah, really cool, surreal kind of game. I didn't finish that thought from earlier. What I was saying was, it's really one of the things that I like so much about Pico 8 is the variety of games that you get on it. I mean, it's kind of like it's a fantasy console. It's kind of going for that 8-bit style, but you would not get a game like this on any of the 8-bit systems, or 16-bit for that matter. You know, this is quite a kind of modern style of game, but it's nice seeing it on Pico 8. It's yeah, for small, short games like this, Pico 8 is ideal. And the sound, the sound chip that you've got to play with, or the sound engine you've got to play with in Pico 8, the kind of limited colours and the graphics, all of that package together always gives games like this such a unique look, and it's something I really like about Pico 8. So yeah, that was Null by Jusiv. Isn't that good? That presentation. Right. Thank you for watching the video. Check this game out. It's really cool. A lot of fun. If you've just returned from playing the game and you actually came back to watch the rest of my video, then thank you. It's not really good practice, is it, as a YouTuber, when I tell all the audience 5 minutes in to stop watching the video and then go somewhere else. But you need to experience this game, and it is an experience as well. So yeah, that was Null by Jusiv. Check it out on itch. Check out Jusiv, the developer, on Twitter. I didn't mention actually, I have actually reviewed one of Jusiv's games before. He contributed the game Winterwood to the Pico Advent Calendar. So I'll see if I can dig out a link to whichever video I did that on. I'll try and put that somewhere in the description or something. You can have a look at that as well. Yeah. Another cool Jusiv game then. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.